Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making pink velvet and green velvet swirled mini bundt cakes. So going to be pink and green mini bundt cakes. It's basically my exact same red velvet recipe, but I'm just changing the color. So let's get started. So we're going to need, of course, our flavorings, our butter, vanilla emulsion, and our vanilla extract. Of course, my little mini bundt pans. We've got a pink and green actual food color. My pink is actually a gel color. So it's going to be my first time using it. So hopefully this will turn out well. Salt, we need cocoa, we need instant espresso, buttermilk, vegetable oil, butter, 3 eggs, vinegar, and of course flour and sugar. And of course, you know me, some buttered or powdered butter. So I will have, of course, all of the ingredients listed in the description. For now, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to need an attachment. Let's get that real quick. I really want this one. Yes, I'll use this one. We're going to start off with 1 cup of vegetable oil. And I think because there are so many different variations on red velvet, this is definitely going to be one of those trust the process. But I will say red velvet is my favorite flavor of cake. And so I am a super stickler about how the red velvet tastes. And this recipe is tried and true. So 1 cup of vegetable oil, also 1 stick of melted butter. That's going to go in. So that's a 1/2 cup butter and 1 cup vegetable oil. I'm going to go ahead and get that stirred up. And then we're about to add in 1 cup of room temperature buttermilk. I really want a different attachment. Hold on. Where it is, I don't know. All right, sorry. 1 cup of buttermilk. Make sure we get everything out. All right, I'm gonna let that stir while we get our flour mixture together. All right, so for our flour mixture, we're gonna need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. That's the 1/2 cup. And I always like to sift all of my ingredients together. So measure it out and then put it in the sifter. With flour, you really want to scoop your flour in something else and then put it into your measuring cup rather than scooping your cup directly into the flour. And I know people have done it both ways, but I think you get better results when you spoon it in rather than dip it. All right, so that's 2. I still need another 1/2. Okay. We're also going to need 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, which I didn't get. Be right back. Let me find the baking soda. All right, found the baking soda. The kitchen is a little bit in turmoil because we're moving, so you have half the stuff here. I've got half the stuff at the new house, and yeah. So forgive me. 1 teaspoon baking soda. What else? We're gonna need 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. I'm using the Hershey's regular cocoa for this. I know some people are like, 1 teaspoon. Yes, 1 teaspoon. When you're making red velvet, it is not a chocolate cake with red color. It is its own variety of cake. And there's not a lot of cocoa in it. Certainly not in mine. All right, and we're also going to need a half teaspoon of espresso powder. This really helps the chocolate flavor come through. The little bit of it that there is. Pretty much any chocolate cake when you're using cocoa, you pretty much want to use espresso as well, unless you're using coffee. All right, so we got that, and powdered butter. You know, I love to get 2 tablespoons, of powdered butter. My new friend in baking. All right, and I think that's it. Make sure it's all dry. Yep. We'll go ahead and sift all of that together. Of course, I'm making a mess. The powdered butter, I will tell you, it does get very clumpy. It's sort of kind of like the cocoa. It just gets really clumpy, and you always want to sift it. All right. And we want to go back to our, well, actually, I'm sorry, before we do that, let us add in the sugar. Go ahead and add in the sugar to our sifted flour mixture, and then we're going to whisk it. So it's going to be 2.5 cups of granulated sugar. This one. That's 2. It's right here. And we need 1/2. Make sure the flour doesn't go in there. And 1/2. Alright, now we're just going to whisk that together. And we're going to whisk all of that together. Alright, I think I forgot to mention eggs in our recipe earlier, but of course there's eggs. Alright, so now we have that whisked together. I'm going to pull this mixture back out because we need to add in the vinegar, which is just 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Okay. Let that whisk away. Stir away. We're gonna add in our flavors, which is about 1 teaspoon of each, the buttermilk emulsion and regular vanilla extract. So about 1 teaspoon of each. I may have gone a little bit over at that time, but 1 teaspoon of each is all you need. And now we're going to add in 3 eggs. It's another double yolk. So I got these farm fresh eggs recently, and pretty much all of them have been double yolks. Most of them have. Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google how you get double yolks from your chickens. I'm sure somebody else out there knows, but it really just baffles me is what I'm supposed to do with my recipe. I need 3 eggs, and now I have 4 yolks. So I think we're just gonna stop there. We're gonna forego the last egg. It probably has 2 yolks as well, so we have 3 yolks going into our batter right now. Let that mix. While that's going, I am going to get ready to get our coloring. So I have to make 2 batches for this pink and green swirl. We're going to start with, I think, the pink one. And like I said before, I have not used this yet. So it's my first time using the pink gel color. So let's add about an ounce. I'm sorry, about a teaspoon at a time and see what color we get. All right. I hope I don't need an ounce. This is a 2-ounce bottle. I've never used gel before, so I don't know how much of it you need to get the job done. So we'll start with 1 teaspoon. It's very thick. See that? Sheesh. Bring it closer so you can see. Let's go with 1 more teaspoon. This is normally where I would have added in my red, so I'm figuring it's a good place to add in the pink. Stop this for a second. I don't know, guys. Gel color is different. Let's try scraping this. Let's try scraping it down a little bit. I've got the color everywhere besides in the mix. You guys have to let me know in the comments who've used gel color before. Am I doing it right? Am I adding enough? I really don't know. Hopefully it bakes the same. Right now I can say it's very thick. You better turn it up a little bit. Okay, it's getting there. You see? It's not a bad color. Probably put in a little too much. I probably should have sped it up after the first teaspoon. So I actually wanted a lighter pink, but here's where we are. So we're done with that. All right, so now let's turn that back down. And let's add in our flour mixture. We're getting closer so you guys can see. And we're going to add in our flour. All right, I'm gonna take a moment to scrape off my paddle attachment, which I did find the one I was looking for when I was looking for the baking soda, so I switched it out. And do a little scraping here on the sides. And then we'll let that go for just a few more seconds, and then we'll be ready. It's a super easy, super quick batter. No. Alrighty. A little bit more up here. I'll stir that in. The client asked for pink. Guess you can't really see it. It's very red on film for me, but it is definitely pink, hot pink. It's actually so pink, I'm thinking about adding in some white. Just lightening it, so I can lighten it up a bit. Let's take a look. Alright. What do you guys think? Well, the batter's the right consistency. It's just super pink. Alright, well, at any rate, whatever color you want your batter to be, we're actually done. So this is where I would put it in the cake pans and prepared cake pans and put it in the oven, but we have to make a whole nother batch because we're doing a swirl. So we're gonna put this to the side and then get ready to do another batch. Be right back. And we're back. So I went ahead and mixed everything that I needed for this green batch, and I did go in and add some white. So as you can see, I lightened up the pink a bit. I added some white to, it was headed to magenta. It was a little hot pink, so I needed it to be a little bit lighter. So I did add some white. Now we're gonna make the green. Hopefully I don't make the green too green. I'll open it. There we go. With the green, we're just gonna add a few drops in at a time until I get the color or the shade that I'm looking for. If I need to add some turquoise, I can. Let's turn this up a bit. Okay, I think that's a good color. This is a 1 ounce bottle. I may have used not even half an ounce, to be honest. So that's where we are with our green. Go ahead and add our flour in, our flour mixture in, which is the exact same mixture that I did the first time. Exact same. Oopsie. I hope these two colors swirl together nicely. This is my first time, like I said, doing this particular swirl. So now that I'm adding in the flour mixture, it's getting a bit lighter, so I may add a couple more drops of green. There we go. How are we looking, y'all? I think the green needs just to be a little bit more green. What do you think? I don't know why I'm talking to you like I'm on a live. But anyway, let's add a couple more drops of green. We'll go with that. All right. It needs to be more of a ivy green anyway, so here we are. We need a spatula. All right, let's scrape off our paddle attachment. That's our green. It's looking a bit pea soup. It's looking a bit like pea soup. We might need to add a few more drops of green. Although this is the green that I would want. I don't know what it's gonna look like after it bakes, so. I think we need a little bit more green. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to make this the proper color. And then when we come back, we will start to swirl them into the mini bundt pans. Be right back. All right, so got that all done. I did mix a little bit of white in the green just to give it some creaminess. And now we're just going to prepare our mini bundt pans. All right. Now we are just going to alternate some pink, some green, and I'm going to put the green on top of the pink on this side. I'm going to put the pink on top of the green on this side. And hopefully that gives us a really nice swirl. Okay. And repeat. Put green on top of the pink on this side. Put the pink on top of the green on this side. Okay, I think it's gonna look lovely. So I will keep doing that until it's all done, and we'll be back. All right, we're back. I've got my pink and green all mixed up here. Ended up with about 17 of these. With these mini buns, if you've never used them before, it helps if you put them in a bit of a water bath on the pan that you're using, because they have the tendency to get a little bit over brown on the bottom. So just a quick little water bath on the bottom of these, and then they're going to go into a 350-degree oven for about, we'll start checking it about 20 minutes. So we'll see when we get back. All right, while those cakes are baking, we want to get started on the icing, which is just going to be cream cheese icing. I'm going to do 3 cups of powdered sugar, and this is a 1.5 cup measuring cup. About 3 cups of powdered sugar. No! And 1 package of cream cheese, already at room temperature. Just gonna make it easier to mix if you have it room temperature already. And we're going to use our whisk attachment. And you're going to mix it until smooth. Once the cream cheese and powdered sugar get mixed for a bit, that I will start slowly adding in heavy cream. Probably end up with a couple of tablespoons. It's in the refrigerator, so let me get it. All right, sorry about that. And you can probably see it's getting pretty well mixed. I'm just gonna add in about a tablespoon at a time. Take the speed up. Looks like I'll probably need at least another 2 tablespoons. But basically, you're gonna add it until it gets to the consistency that you want. Let's go ahead and scrape it down. One more mix. I think I want to get a little bit looser this time. And we're also going to just use some butter vanilla. About a teaspoon or so. I don't want it heavy vanilla flavored. I want it heavy cream cheese flavored. Let's see what we got. That's pretty thick. Although we are going to put it in a squeeze bottle. Yep, just a little bit thick. So I'm going to add a little bit more to get it a little bit looser. And like I said, you just whatever consistency you want, depending on how you're going to decorate. or how you're going to frost or ice your cakes. I'm putting mine in a squeeze bottle, and I want it to drip, so I need it to be just a little bit more loose. All right. Yeah, it's better. And this is what we're left with. So that'll go good in the squeeze bottle for me to squeeze on each cake. We're gonna get the cakes out, let them cool, and be right back to frost them. All right, we're back, and well, you know, everything doesn't always pan out when you're baking, and those pink and green cakes did not come out that great. They taste great, but they didn't really come out the way I wanted them to. So I decided to redo the batch, and I'm gonna do them just pink. And so I'm actually waiting for those pinks to come out of the oven. I do have one over here that I did. But yeah, when you bake, not everything always comes out perfect when you bake. Everybody who's been baking for a while, you know that some days are great days and some days are just bad days. And this was a bad day for baking. So, no, we'll try again. Like I said, they do taste great though. On to the next one. See you next time.